with the Lena pick here, like my first process is like, or my first thought is like getting the Brood Mother. But
Mhm.
the cool thing about the pick so far is you don't really know if they're going to go back for the Brood, and it's still open. Dreamers could try and just take it for themselves if they're really worried,
Mhm.
but they're going to go for the Death Prophet here instead. Okay. And then a Dazzle. I mean, you could definitely pick the Brood here.
I really like the Dazzle and Death Prophet combination. It is going to be so hard to blow up the Death Prophet because again, it is very marginal sometimes. Whether you actually kill this hero or not, and if you have like 4 seconds or 5 seconds after you're stunned to get 4 Spirit Siphons off, you're healing up 400 HP a second. It is goddamn insane. But again, I just got word from Mr. Wildcard himself. I messaged the CEO if they picked up the Marcy and Moran together because they're big fans of the anime, and he confirmed it.
Interesting. That is
Thank you very much, Mr. Card.
that's a rough one. I don't know if I like that drafting strategy.
I'm sorry that you're not very creative or innovative, Ricky. You're too busy looking at the meta and synergies between hero instead of synergies between the lore, okay?
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, so last pick coming out here for Wildcard, perhaps they get the Dragon Knight, who is also in the Dota 2 anime.
Could also go Terrorblade.
They go for Wind Ranger instead. A little bit boring, but we do have girl power going on here.
I have no idea where this Wind Ranger is going. I really don't. Part of me thinks it might be a mid lane for like Babbage.
They have Ember.
But yeah, it's like you have Ember Spirit, so I really don't know where this Wind Ranger
Pause
fits.
1 Marcy.
It has to be pause 1 Marcy at this point, right? Like,
yeah. And then
but then they ban Drought.
5 Wind Ranger.
So maybe it's 3 position Wind Ranger, 4 Marcy.
Like they're just banning out Drought because they don't want Wildcard to girl boss it.
Well, I was gonna say they're already girl bossing the off lane. You have Marcy Wind Ranger.
Mm-hmm. This Ember really doesn't fit in with the rest of the draft, though.
No,
If this is Alina instead, I'd be kind of hyped up.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is going to be a carry Marcy. It's probably going to be pause 1. You put it in the 3 as well, but again, you need somebody who can frontline for your team right now. And somebody who can get on top of Alina. Right now, your draft really struggles with that, unless it's going to be a Marcy like who actually has a network to work with as a very early BKB.
Radiant gets the ban.
And CK as well. I mean, Dreamers need a probably an off lane. My guess is they would put the Death Prophet mid here into the Ember Spirit. They still managed to ban out the Shadow Fiend as it is one of the hardest counters to the Ember. You could also have to. I was like, you could also look at banning OD and Storm if you're worried about the OD coming out again, because you can also just take Lena mid lane and take the OD back to the safe lane.
Yeah, if they're gonna pick OD once, odds are they'll pick it again. And it's amazing save from things like Shackle Shot and Arrow setup.
Yeah,
like that is going to be one of your biggest things that kills people in the early game and catches people in the late game. So you really don't have to want to deal with that save. So smart ban out there by Sammy. They have a lot of reserve time on both teams to work with here. Still 30 seconds on Dreamers and 43 on Wildcard. So however they want to round this one out, it is. You think it's certainly going to be a mid lane. It's going to be off lane, Death Prophet, and safe lane Lena. If you're planning on taking a mid here, I think you go for something like a Kunkka.
Okay. I can see that. That's not bad.
Because again, you want a frontliner, early BKB builder. It fights reasonably well into the Ember Spirit, assuming it's going to be Ember mid. But they just go for a puck instead. All right. It's going to be very hard to land your stuns on this hero. You need something that is more instant.
Yeah, you really don't have any lockdown for the puck at the moment, and I'm pretty sure they need an offlaner. So, and something that doesn't lose to the Lena, and like I was saying earlier, like you could run Broodmother, but that is also no stuns for the puck. Unless you rush like the Hex or something, but
yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm going to be honest with you. You know who is an instant stun? It's the Dragon Knight.
Oh my god. Dude, you
I don't
actually
imagine
might be
that's
right.
what they'll do. I don't think that's what they'll do. That hero has not been picked in ages.
I think they have massive
the full
damage issues.
anime draft is pickable here.
I think they have real damage issues if you go for the Dragon Knight. You can do it because it does just play well. There's the Terrorblade, the other anime hero. I was right.
Oh my god, thank you. I mean, Griff tried to tell us.
Yeah.
Mr. Card tried to tell us that they were going for an anime draft here.
All right. So Sammy will get one of his favorite heroes, the Terrorblade, there for the safe lane. It will be a Sunlight Marcy, so it is a 3-position Marcy.
All right. This draft, I think you do have issues dealing with the puck. Puck's gonna have a pretty free game. Clearing out the Terrorblade illusion is gonna be fairly easy for him as well. I imagine he builds an early Witchblade, so it can put a lot of magic damage to him too. We'll see how well Babtich can do. If you pop off on the Ember Spirit, this game does get kind of easy. But after watching what happened last game, like how well Dreamers is playing here, I definitely prefer them for game number 2.
I mean, I don't feel like Dreamers played an exceptional game number 1. I feel like a lot of what happened was like mistakes from Wildcard. And they really need to like clean that up. And I think this game, they have some great pickoff potential, right? Between Ember, Marcy, Windranger, Mirana. Like there's a lot that these heroes can do in terms of finding kills. But I don't know if this Terrorblade is going to have a great time. I feel like somehow Wildcard is going to like fall behind on the Terrorblade. I don't know. Late game wise, I think their matchups are pretty good for Wildcard.
T and Monday says Neff, make your bed. Man, I don't live at home. I don't gotta make my bed. No one in Twitch chat tells me what to do.
Who can have predicted this?
Sorry, no one, I'm sure no one noticed. Besides him.
They did though. I think I just brought more attention to it.
I think you might have brought a lot more attention to it.
And Griff in the chat as well from Wildcard. He's tuning in, watching his boys.
Sammy's got the very pretty Terrorblade gem, the very expensive one. All right, Dreamers rotating into the bottom here, and they're gonna walk right into Sammy. Oh my goodness, he's in the middle of typing, and now the body blocks. Oh boy, first blood for Adrian. He's going to be pretty upset about that one.
Sammy? The tips are coming out to him. I'm sure they're having good spirits. I'm sure I can hear Sammy over talking about it right now. Is oh, I'm dead. Unlucky. What can you do, boys?
Dude, they're going to get the D-wards as well again, dude. Oh my god. Twice now in this mid lane. Dreamers has just... I mean, this is what happened last game as well. Like, they just walk as a group. And then just D-ward the mid lane and find first blood. Like,
guys, but let's have some real talk here.
I feel like you've got to address that on Wildcard. You can't allow them to just do this back to back. Like they're just so spread out on Wildcard.
Yeah, maybe they rethink their beginning of the game, like first minute or two after this game. But again, it just seems like they're all over the place with this team. They do have a stand-in for today, so it makes sense that they wouldn't be as coordinated, but not off to a good start. Oh no!
Gets tossed, and he's gonna take a
so much
massive amount of damage. I mean, he can't afford to go leap there.
If he goes leap, the lane is griefed.
Yeah. Well, lane already might be a little bit griefed, but we'll see.
In fact, I think it's better if he just dies rather than putting support in the leap.
Yeah, that's one of those scenarios I would probably agree with you. All right, so let's keep an eye on mid lane here for a little bit. We have Babitich, this time on Ember Spirit up against J Mari's puck. Now, the other day, we did see J Mari absolutely crush it on the puck. He had a really, really sick game. But not the easiest matchup in the mid lane. At least for the first few levels, of course. But he did manage to recover from that lane. Like, he had lost the lane like pretty hard on the puck and then still managed to completely crush the mid game and the late game. So we might see something like that again.
Again, this is just like the first little bit of the game, though. I doubt it means that much. The first couple of last hits is going the way of Babitich. He's trying to play as aggressive as possible right now. I think after like first set of water rune spawn, it'll get a little bit easier for the puck here.
Vel made a crucial mistake, not zoning out not getting away from the dazzle during his wind run and allowed the poison touch to refresh. He went from like 450 HP down to 100.
He's moving incredibly slow for a second there. You know, dangerous place right now as well. They do manage to get on top of Adrian here. They missed the stun from Adrian. That's what I'm talking.
He's gonna
Not
chase.
finish off. He's going.
Oh.
He tries to block with the tree.
Dude, all right. A pretty cheeky play, but you still managed to find the kill first there. And Sunlight just gonna get ran down by the dazzle. So I feel like that's not too bad for this lane, but if that Lina did not die, this lane would be a disaster.
I think this is still pretty bad. He's got 2 points in the poison touch now, or he will in just a second here. I think you just click this on people now, and they're going to be fine. Thankfully, they didn't lose any of the wave though. It is pushing into the tower. They're gonna be able to farm this one up pretty safely when they get back. Mid lane, we see it start to turn around already. I was mentioning this, that I think, you know, Bebetic did outplay Puck at the beginning of the laning phase, but it is going to be relatively even here.
What have we here?
Flea doing what we saw last game, chasing the Tiny to that 3-minute bounty rune. Just ends up tossing him away. He can chase with leaps, but looks like he's gonna hold off on that.
Yeah, doesn't want to just expend all of his leaps into the Tiny and find himself just dead. Sorry about that.
You're all right.
Top lane, things slowed down a little bit. He ends up not putting 2 points in the poison touch. Instead, he puts 2 points into the shadow wave, which is a little bit weird when you're playing against the Wind Ranger and you're mostly trading with her, but against melee heroes, it makes a little bit more sense. So if Mars were to ever like try to man up on the Lina and aggro him underneath the creep wave, you can do a lot of physical burst damage with the shadow wave. All the melee creeps on him.
Yeah, it really is pretty good.
Yep.
Also, like, just having higher levels of Shadow Wave for, like, the mid-game is always really nice to have. Mid lane Puck taking a lot of damage here. Has popped the stick. Still has a Fairy Fire to work with. He's going to try and just push that wave out. Babatich will be able to get the deny. So, again, Puck struggling here mid lane against the Ember Spirit. It is definitely expected in these early levels, but we'll probably see Puck try to make something happen with that early rotation that we usually see. Dude, every lane falling very low right now.
Yeah.
What are you giggling at over there?
Twitch chat. They're being rascals. Don't worry about it. Just let him be rascal. Get back to this game. Sammy is dropping pretty low. His 10 stick charges, though. He's going to pop that to heal back up to full, and he's safe underneath his tower. So his CS is reasonably high. It is annoying playing into these two heroes. He's actually going to pop his Metamorphosis and try to come in on Tiny.
It was close. I mean, I don't think he was quite ready for Flea to go in because the meta came out a little bit late. If it was sooner, maybe they find that kill, but top lane, Power Shot will be able to find the kill there on the Adrian, so the good old dispose into Shackle, plenty of damage, and Dazzle somehow didn't get Shadow Wave or the Shallow Grave off.
Yep, this does put the supports in the side lanes all in kind of an awkward position for the 6-minute power run spawn, so it doesn't look like any of them are actually going to be rotating. The static lanes for the first 6 minutes of this game is very rare.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's what we saw last game too, which was super weird. He's gonna Remnant TP. Flea will grab the Bounty Rune bottom. He's looking for Sammy's Courier here on the Tiny, and bonk.
The second one that he's gotten now.
I'm sure they'll figure out it eventually in terms of those the wards back there.
Where it is, yeah. Okay, the Tiny is going to just die for this one. Flea, does he? Yeah, he's got another leap charge as well.
Doesn't have Starstorm though. Not
get the hit off of him? Oh my god, he gets to survive this. This is ridiculous. Sammy is now the one in trouble. Alright, You don't have enough mana to use both the Spirit Siphon and the Crypt Swarm, though, so he's gonna walk away.
Yeah, okay. These have been the most static lanes I have seen in a while. Like, no one has left their lanes.
Yeah. Get a load of these guys just sitting in their lanes all the time on their computers, not seeing the world. This map is huge. Go out and explore, you guys. We insist. Okay, Flea is finally leaving the bottom lane.
Oh,
7 minutes into the game.
Wow. Is he? Or is he just going to farm something and leave? Okay, no, he's coming mid.
Here. You like Babatich just 2 points in the Searing Chains. Like, this is the classic setup.
Yeah. Those
Right?
slight
He just
chains.
can't let himself get caught underneath this Observer Ward that he's about to get caught under.
Oh, yeah. He's a little bit seen now in the mid lane. So
What can you do?
he's just going to walk all the way to
this
top, but
top.
this is kind of a green light for them to play aggressive bottom, right? The Sammy is just zoned off this wave. He does get
They
his
know
level
exactly
6
where
here.
he is. Yeah, they're just gonna.
He has Sun there.
Exactly
Yeah,
Sun
there it is.
Yeah, okay, cool, awesome, good stuff. I mean, Drakeel can just walk into him and Spirit Siphon him again to heal back up. He pops the Fairy Fire. That's a sign that they want to go in.
Yep. They do get a nice toss back, and Samson ends up popping the meta here. Does have 7 stick charges. Nice slight chains out here from Babatich, holding them under the tower. Another right-click damage comes through. A double kill now in this bottom lane. And Lina, top lane, surviving for the moment thanks to the shallow grave, will get the heal up. What a dodge. Oh!
Okay.
Almost lives because of the raindrop. Flea on the backside needs to kind of get on out of here. Not gonna be able to one more auto tech. So a 2-for-1 around the map. Or I'm sorry, 3-for-1 around the map because they end up finding some big kills.
Yep. Miranda dying there is kind of unfortunate, but plays happen with Wildcard. That was huge down the bottom lane. I thought Sam was dead for sure. Nice rotation there by Babatich.
Yeah. Definitely needed to see something like that. Like this mid lane Ember has to start getting active. At the moment, just sitting on an Orb of Corrosion. I'm sure he's gonna go for like an early BKB, like early-ish. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Tiny here. Avalanche will catch the Wind Ranger for the moment, but the toss back doesn't actually allow them to connect on that LSA, but they will find the kill anyway. Babatich is here. They don't have vision of him quite yet. Doesn't pop the chains. Not the hero he wants to go for, it seems.
Yep. They're gonna back off. Sammy's sitting relatively low HP in the mid lane, but Puck is gonna be able to commit onto him because he does still have the raindrops on him.
They just gave up this bottom tower, man. Babatich, he's coming in. Does have the slight chains. That will connect as the exorcism has completed. But this bottom tower is super low now. So Drakeel just got to put that to good use.
Yep. Like, you push in one creep wave onto this thing, you'll be able to finish it off pretty soon here. But Sammy doesn't want to exist inside his lane anymore. He's worried about people just diving him. Death Prophet is super good against his hero. If he's by himself, DP can just like chase him down with Spirit Siphon. You can never do enough damage to actually survive that until you get like 1 or 2 items.
Also, I don't know if you saw this. Puck has no boots Witchblade.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I mentioned this at the beginning of the game. I thought he would just rush the hell out of the Witchblade, but to go no boots is kind of insane.
Oh, yeah, the power shot damage is pretty nuts. You gotta be very careful about that. Drakeel forced a double Spirit Siphon the creep wave to top himself off, which, I mean, a nice little trick. Obviously wants to stay down here to protect the tower and not let this catapult get too much damage in.
Mm-hmm.
Phase boot's now done for Babatich.
So take out the catapult by firing the arrow off on it. So they're clear Puck off of this tower. Bottom lane, Drakeel is trying to chase down Babatich. He's just sitting on 3 remnant charges, so he can get out if he wants to.
Sammy is starting to pull very far ahead in net worth. Up to 5,500 on the Terrorblade already as he's on his way towards his Manta style.
Mm-hmm.
Give him just a little bit of space and he can farm quite a bit.
Puck TP's up to the top and they're gonna commit on to Sunlight. Like, they need to make something happen.
He gets the shackle off on the Wind Ranger. And Puck's not gonna make it. So he just happened to turn the corner there at the best point.
Yep.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom
TP
tower-
bottom.
TP down to the bottom lane onto Drakeel.
They have Moonlight Shadow for this. I mean, they lose the tower,
They're
but
trying to
with
set up the
Unleash,
arrow.
this is so easy. That's some good work there from them. Drakeel going to continue to try and run, but again, the Unleash damage, just too much from Sunlight. Great dispose into arrow.
Yep, and Sammy's getting to work on the mid-tier 1 while this is going on.
That was such a risky play. They could have just disposed
both
into
died?
rebound. I mean, they could have just disposed into rebound and then arrowed, but instead they disposed directly to the arrow. It's like, that is so much more risky.
I mean, yeah, if that misses, you're all of a sudden... I mean, if it misses, then you have the rebound to get away, right? You can rebound TP out.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you TP'd in. There's no TP.
You just run away.
Yeah, rebound, run away. It is only... He only had level 1 rebound when he did that, though. He gained a level up to kill the DP, so there only would have been like a 0.9 second stun. It is not very much set up for the arrow. So yeah, it was kind of risky, but it was cool, and that's what matters.
It was cool. Very big style points there. Mid lane, they're going for a dive here on the Babatich. They do manage to catch him on the Avatos back, and easy pick up there for them. As now they're going to go for the tier 1 mid. These are good rotations for Dreamers. I mean, they're 3k behind, and Terrorblade is farming really well, but they are managing to accomplish a lot in terms of map objectives. Meanwhile, Adrian just gets soloed by the Wind Ranger. She's got the Javelin. That's all you need.
Yep, not able to land any light strike rays when you're moving around that quickly with the wind run as well. You can predict where it is. Jamari is looking to catch these heroes, and he'll get 2.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you know, wind run into the back of your Mirana, and you just don't get to, you don't actually quite run away. So, nice pick off there from the two, and a good TP response from the puck. Yeah. He has to go bots here, right? I imagine so.
The puck?
Yeah, right, with how he's playing?
There's... I thought he would just go Dagon or something.
I imagine it's either like bots or he's going like Kaya Sanj.
Yeah, I think he just needs more damage.
Blink.
That sounds ridiculous, but he wanted to be able to burst down the TV. I guess you have like a reasonable amount to disable.
Oh my gosh, he's dead again.
Yeah. Sunlight does a lot of damage right now.
And he just finished Armlet. Yeah, that'll do it.
Please understand that he does like almost 300 damage in auto attack with Unleash and Sidekick active.
Okay, took 1100 damage just in right clicks. They have a ward here that will scout the Dazzle. In comes Wind Ranger. Shackle not going to connect, but they do get the grab. And yeah, Sidekick plus the Focus Fire. Pretty good. These combos that we have coming out from Wildcard this game are pretty sweet. And it's all just space for Sammy. Like I said, they've got a lot of heroes that can make plays around the map. And unlike last game where they struggled to do that, this game, that's all they're doing. They're just running at heroes. This ward, again, going to scout out another pickoff, which could be the Death Prophet. His meta is still got a decent amount of time left on it. The Shackle's going to connect. He's just dead. Good old Terrorblade Sidekick. That's a classic. One of the best combos when this Marcy started getting kind of spammed a lot was with the TB.
All you have to do was let him in.
Nice one, Neph.
Thanks. Top lane, Morana's going to go down to the Tiny.
It's a nice find. I mean, it's something, right? You need to get some pickoffs here. They're not finding a lot. Babatich now going for the Maelstrom. Almost has it completed. Sammy does have his Manta. I'm assuming Puck is going for the Blink. Yeah, so Puck is going to go back for the Blink here.
Radiant scanning around for
You're pretty far up right now in Wind Ranger. Certainly you don't get away with this, right?
He could just shackle.
Toss something at her.
No.
What? Why didn't he toss the DP?
I don't know if they had vision, did they? I think they lost vision on the far side.
She was under the creep wave.
Oh. Well, I don't know then. Ember's Spirit. He's going to be fine as well.
Maybe they were afraid about tossing Drakeel too much further forward.
Yeah, not having
People were
teams
coming
there
in, but
respond.
there's a mechanism. I don't know. Who knows? Unlucky, I guess. Maybe the toss wasn't far enough. It's only level 2.
Much better game here in number 2 for the side of Wildcard. I mean, this is, like you said, not a consistent team, and this is like a perfect example of that, right, in this series. Top lane, Mirana. Gonna get taken down here by J1.
Did you mean to elude me?
Ooh, baits the coil. Nicely done.
Dyer's scanning all over for enemies.
They found Marana again. Or they found the Lina again. Nice shallow grave. They ends up kind of saving him with that dispose. Ooh. Sunlight, however, just turns it right around with the unleashed damage. He does not seem to really care all that much. And shackle shot will stop the death prophet right as the exorcism gets popped. Dude, do they actually both make it out of here?
They're walking away. They're getting away with it.
Oh boy. They force so much in the mid lane and neither of them die.
Yep. And suddenly just gonna heal back up to full by spamming sidekick as well. All you need to do is send out some mana regen, and the Desolator is completed.
Yeah, Armlet Deso on Marcy is terrifying at this point. This hero will like pretty much kill anyone in a single unleash pulse. Specifically heroes like Dazzle, Death Prophet, Lina, stuff like that aren't super high armor. Top lane. Speaking of the Dazzle, air. Oh, it gets tanked by the Lina. Definitely exactly what you were planning on. Is the Duke able to dodge the Light Strike Array there, and the TP on out under the cover of Grave. He's gone.
Yep.
And Avatos and J1 will grab the Marana, so they get a return kill.
Does Dazzle have money for the shard yet? No, he does not. He's only got a single point in Poison Touch as well, so really big cooldown even if he did get a disable. Double damage rune found by J1. Sammy's gonna be forced to walk away from this. And I think they're probably gonna try to move into the enemy team's jungle with this one. They smoke up. Like, you want to get a lot more control over them. I think it's a waste walking to the top lane and trying to catch Ember Spirit.
Oh, he just TP'd out as well. He does have a remnant
he's gonna come
if
back.
they can find
the fact
it,
that his
though.
courier's sitting here means he's gonna come back.
Yeah, he has a remnant here as well. So if they happen to find his remnant, he's dead. Oh, he does. That'll do it. Coil will be tossed as well, just in case.
Yeah.
Might wish to retract your last
But at the very least, he still got his item from his courier. You know?
Yeah, it's true.
So,
it's true.
silver lining.
Copium.
And Sammy's farming up with all this. We haven't taken a look at Sam's net worth in a little while, by the way, but he's sitting at 12k. He's getting too swole to control.
Yeah, it's a pretty good performance so far, and it's a really good Terrorblade game, right? Matches up great into the Lina, and on top of it, you have Sidekick on a very farmed Marcy, who has a BKB. So he went back for the BKB instead of Deso.
Looks like the Dyer
I like that. This is why I always grab the Mithril Hammer as my item or component whenever I'm building like Maelstrom, Desolator, BKB, just in case you change your mind partway through. Mithril Hammer just builds into so many items.
Yeah, it's a good item.
Basher as well.
Yeah, I'd say Basher's the other one, right?
Good stuff.
Mithril Hammer, pretty good.
Just took a dirt nap.
Indeed.
The same goes for like Ogre Clubs a lot of the time. It builds into so many different things. You just disassemble Ogre Clubs all game.
I'm surprised they didn't try to rebound time that, but Puck does have his blink, the Kaya done as well now, so J1 gonna be very difficult to actually catch. As this is what we saw last time. Puck had a pretty rough start and then suddenly was just like top of the net worth and starting to get there. He's managed to patch the Ember Spirit already.
Dyer
regeneration.
is scanning for enemies.
Do not manage to find Drakeel there as he was showing the mid lane for just a second. It's weird that they would go for like the rebound instead of just like the slight chains. I guess he does have the Guardian Greaves, but Arrow does come out. This is going to connect onto the Roche, the tag team. They got to break the age or the Lincoln Sphere here so that he can. I guess he's just not going to bother popping the Focus Fire.
Yeah. I thought that he would, but I guess he figures Sunlight's got this one. Focus Fire does have a pretty big cooldown anyway, 70 seconds. You probably just want to use that on a hero on the back line. Like, again, if you get your hands on Alina, it is huge. So, Aegis goes to Babbage to allow him to play super far forward, and it kind of like a farming Aegis until he gets his BKB. Well, he's going to be relatively safe until then.
Yeah, Sammy has no intentions of joining fights. He just wants to keep farming. Which, I mean, the Lina has actually closed a pretty big gap on him. Like, realistically, she's now only about 3,000 gold behind, which is not going to take her too long to farm.
She is getting pretty close right now. I mean, we've seen what Marcy's are able to do with just a BKB and a Basher. She has an armlet as well. I remember you were casting that game with me. I forget who it was, but Marcy was fighting into a hero that was like 5 slotted with just the BKB and Basher and winning.
I believe it was a Sven. It was like a 6 slotted Sven versus a support Marcy with BKB Basher, and Marcy killed him 1v1.
Yeah, this lady punches hard.
It was real dumb. Granted, this was old Marcy before some of the nerfs, but still, it's
How do they get this puck? Is my question.
you don't.
Ooh.
Oh,
This is why I wanted a more instant disable.
I mean, they have
Oh my
so
God.
much damage. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no instant disable. It's really just gonna be this Wind Ranger with like the blink shackles. Oh, he saw him for a moment, but gets the blink off anyway. Quick responses from J1. It'll have to be a Hex eventually. Like, Wind Ranger could build a Hex. She has like the blink Javelin. Maybe she'll finish up the Maelstrom, but they need to get a Hex on someone. Ember Spirit can do it. We saw it last game as well, right? After the Aghanim Scepter win for our Scythe.
Yep. BKB almost done on Arena. Needs another 9. Oh, actually not that close. We do need another like 1900
Oh,
gold.
you get the Shackle this time, but that's going to cost her own life. So Wind Ranger goes down. They turn the kill out onto the Tiny as the rest of them trying to disengage. A DD rune here on the Ember Spirit. This is going to start doing some serious damage if he didn't get Light Strike. If he didn't get Light Strike raid. So never mind. No BKB available. Babatich just going to have to disengage here. You have a Sentry.
I mean, this is why he needs the BKB so badly. He just gets right click down in no time at all. He has even less armor because of this Nether Shawl that he's holding on to as well, by the way.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, -2. So as soon as this Lina started clicking him, he is just dead.
Puck gets an Arcane Rune. That's nice. Sammy turning his attention on over to the Death Prophet. There will be the Shallow Grave, a Manta there to dodge out the Poison Touch, but the engage now as Babatich will join the fun. Wind Ranger looking for her target for the follow-up, but it's going to be J1 who goes in instead. Nice Guardian Greaves or Mech there to try and keep them from falling. Tiny. Blink Dagger going to be broke. The arrow will connect on the backside. Babatich has a slight chains as well. They're just holding him in place. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to continue the chase. Murana, though, cannot escape J1, and Tiny ends up finding the kill onto that Windrunner anyway.
Football, horse racing.
Very nice. Managed to find a couple heroes there.
Radiant's top tower coming down. If you're a fan of Radiant's top
I mean,
tower,
net worth has been, like I said, almost stabilized, but slowly going back towards Dreamers as J1 on this puck is really starting to find some money.
But Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
And he is scary once he has it.
Ooh, BKB not completed on the Ember Spirit. All right, this one is big.
Yeah, he's been working on getting towards this for a little while. Also, just not that farmed on the Ember Spirit this game. A part of that is like the Terrorblade, right? Like he just takes up more gold on the map. But speaking of Terrorblade, what is this? Okay, is he gonna go for the Ags or is he going to go for the Swift Blink first?
Probably going to go for the. I don't want to see a Swift Blink come out before the Aghanim Scepter. And the fact that he already got the point booster is a sign that he's almost certainly going to go the eggs first.
Yeah.
Again, they need more
Marcy
disable.
pops the BKB, has the Basher, just gonna start laying the Drakeel. Guardian Greaves come out. Spirit Siphons are there, but with the rotation in from the Dazzle, he's got to be very careful. Sammy pops the Manta. Will be able to survive for the moment, but the Silence does connect. They burst all the illusions. Coil's gonna go down as well. In comes Babatich. Slide chains onto the backside, catches two. Lina with the beak. Is that a double damage? It is. Babatich has gone.
Oh.
No shot, and they even take down the Terrorblade. Whoa.
I mean, you got your
Wildcard
BKB
in
completed,
trouble.
but you die so fast that it doesn't even matter. No time to react.
You just died 100-0 from the Lina right
Yep.
clicks, I think. Just, yeah, I actually just died 100-0 from right clicks.
Radiant's middle tower
so
is
quickly as
under
well.
brick.
So this tower is going to get melted, double damage, and still active on the Lina.
Radiant's middle tower just got smashed all to hell.
Oh,
Oh
no.
boy, Flea punished for
Still
his
has the
greed.
Almost now, but Radiant's bottom tower
It
is
just
getting
expired out.
obliterated.
The Flea is gone.
It's kind of funny.
Well, now you have a serious problem. I think for a while this game was going to be pretty close if you were able to keep like relatively on par in terms of farm for this Marcy. But the Marcy does not farm nearly as fast as these other cores on the side of Dreamers now. And I think like between Puck and Lina,
Don't look now.
you have some serious issues.
Okay, fine. You can look.
This Terrorblade's going to need a BKB. I'm not a fan of this Aghanim Scepter. So we'll see what ends up happening here. I think, like, unironically, Windrunner might be your only kill threat onto the Lina in the late game. But at that point, she buys an MKB, I think, and just kills the Wind Ranger first.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically going to be who jumps on top of who.
Yeah.
This game is evened out after these last couple of kills, though.
Yeah, I mean, they were once like a little over 5k ahead. Top lane, they did manage to catch the Lina, but she's, again, got the BKB, just gonna lay into the Wind Ranger and says, don't mind if I yabba dabba do. They're gonna look for the Ember Spirit. The Dust catches him as the remnants of on forward, but the LSA's caught him again, and that is another pickoff onto the Ember Spirit. They're not done. He's got a Gleipnir. Oh, he guesses wrong. He checked the trees. Tiny, though. He's in pretty deep here. That's a little too deep. BKB out from Sunlight. He will get saved again by the Dazzle, but Dazzle will end up getting just tossed underneath the tower. Tiny now to fall. Big Terror Wave out onto the Puck. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
that is
it
your
is so
quote-unquote
important.
catch for the Puck, but
I mean, it's supposed to like allow you to line up the other things. Like as soon as you get the Terror Wave off, all of a sudden you can line up an arrow, you can line up Rebound and Jackal Shot.
Terrorblade's been coiled.
No.
Arrow does catch the Lina,
They
though.
get the Lina. This is
Hello, that's the big kill.
If they can just finish her off.
They've got it. Gets the
And they
Sunder
managed to
off
get the
as
Sunder.
well. And up onto the high ground, he gets the vision there thanks to the reflection. And a nice silence out from
stops the
Drakeel,
lead.
but
Oh, the arrow.
20 HP. He's on the run. He's going to drop those Spirit Siphons, try to heal himself back up, but the chase from Sunlight continues. And that's going to be a big one. Huge
Tossed
win
into
there
the
from
arrow.
Wildcard. The stray arrow from Flea.
Yep. Unfortunately, Roshan isn't going to have an instant respawn. They're not going to be able to get that off the back of this, but this does help them a ton as far as XP goes. That arrow landing on the Lina there was absolutely crucial. If that doesn't happen, there is no way they managed to take that fight. Sammy is dead, and I'm pretty sure Wildcard just lose the game there.
Yeah, as Sammy dies there, 100%. They lose to tier 2, and I don't think he has buyback, right? Like, no, they didn't have buyback on any of them. So yeah, they'd probably go tier 3. They'd probably get tier 3 to be honest, and then second 4 it'll fill back because of respawn timers. But Babatich, BKB's in the mid lane here. I don't really know why, but he did. Nice shackle out from the Wind Ranger. Samson thinking of going. He's got the Terror Wave. He didn't blink or Terror Wave. Silenced up for the moment, just trying to stay on top of the Tiny. There it is. The fear does come through. And with the follow-up there from the Wind Ranger, should be an easy pick-off for them. But J1 on the backside drops the coil onto 3. In comes the Lina. She's got the LSA. The Sunder comes out just in time, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Sammy's gone. Oh, no.
Did he have the Blink Dagger and the Terror Wave?
He did. He had Blink and Terror Wave. I thought he was going to blink onto him and Terror Wave them into his team, and he just didn't blink. Maybe it was in the wrong slot or something. I think it was in the wrong slot, actually. I'm looking at his items. I'm pretty sure they moved. Another Gleipnir will catch the Ember Spirit, finding that kill. Sunlight trying to get his hands on top of anything. And it looks like it's going to be Drakeel. So, oh no! The perfectly timed LSA from Adrian as the BKB expires. 4 dead now for Wildcard. No spells available. Tier 3 towers exposed, no fortification, but Gleipnir will be all that's needed to bring down Flea as he just chases him all the way to the fountain, basically.
And they have extras him up in 5 seconds. They're going to make quick work of the base. I don't even think they need to.
They have
20
second
seconds
fort,
left on
but
Sammy. Yeah, they got second fort, so tier 2s are still standing. They'll get back after this, Rax.
yeah, I mean,
wanna
they don't
try
go
to
tier 4s.
push
There's no
this.
reason to. They'll check Roche.
Yeah.
They'll buy items. Like, they just got a lot. Like, they literally just got 8k worth of gold in the last, like, 2 fights. Yeah, it literally just got 8k gold. Maybe more. Oh boy, that is not good. Wildcard looked like they were doing pretty... I mean, you could see Babatich on the map right now. He's a little bit frustrated. Oh no.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
Yeah, I mean, to lose so much so quickly like that. But this has been an incredibly even game with back and forth. It all comes down to who gets the jump onto who. But a rare blunder by Sammy not blinking forward and getting that terror wave off. Maybe he felt like he had to hold it or it wasn't necessary. I mean, it does have a 90-second cooldown.
Yeah.
It's possible that he wanted to like get those quick pickoffs, still hold on the Terror Blade for a possible Roche fight.
The thing is, like, he just feared them away from his team instead of fearing them into his team, and that was the part that I didn't quite understand. There it is, the Terror Wave comes through, managing to get on top of the Lina, the follow-up stuns. They get onto the Death Prophet as well. The Exorcism comes through, but a nice shallow grave, keeping Death Prophet alive, but the Lina is the one they cannot save this time. They get themselves a nice pick off. Terrorblade still has the Sunder available, looking for his target. Is Drakeel just jumping back and forth. The fear onto him. He gets a Sunder. He throws onto Babatich.
Just so
Does he
Babatich
have
is
the
able to
damage?
survive
He
being beside
does.
him. Oh, they lose Babatich anyways. The tiny buys back comes in.
Yeah, it's a rough
And
one.
Sammy is...
He's gone.
Oh,
J1's here
hell.
on the puck. He's not done. He gets the piercing hit there onto the Wind Ranger, and he will finally... Oh, nice shackle. Tree Toss comes out. Oh, he's got an overwhelming blink. Never mind. No shot. Yeah, remember what I
the
said about
Kaya-san
Puck like
too.
becoming top net worth last time this happened?
Yeah.
He's done it again.
I am not a betting man.
Yeah, he's got Titan Sliver and the Kaya-Songe as well. These stuns don't last nearly as long into him as you'd think. So I was curious why he just like... It felt like that shackle didn't last long at all. Well, that's because it didn't.
That is Sunlight's Blink Dagger also getting sniped on his courier, so that is 2.5 minutes without that one. They're just focusing the tier 4s. Like, they know they don't have the Roche damage between the two of these guys, obviously, so they're just going to get another objective, the tier 3 tower. I don't know why I said tier 4s, but the tier 3 tower, opening up this other lane of barracks, which will work quite well.
But if I was, I'd bet on Radiant's top tower coming. If you're a fan of Radiant's top tower,
Oh, man, Puck just goes in. He's got to be careful. If he gets bashed here, okay. J1 play. Oh, the shackle didn't connect. Unlucky there for Vel, and J1 continuing to play very fun. He's got a blink in a second, jumps to the low ground. Good old Octarine core. Yeah, the problem, you said it, man, in draft, they have no disable for this Puck.
Well, with this, I think... okay, I was gonna say they'd be able to grab a Roshan, but yeah, like you mentioned, no disable for the Puck. At this point, like, you need Hex on somebody, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Is
mid lane. Avalanche, not gonna connect. Flea, give it some vision. They actually set up with a nice initiation there onto the Tiny, but Flea just getting crushed. And Sunlight, he didn't pop the tag. He didn't pop the Unleash. Oh, no. He just got absolutely bodied. Meanwhile, Puck is just pulling all of Wildcard away, and you've lost the Ember as well. Yeah, that's not gonna go well if you jump in on the Marcy there and you don't press your one big spell. You're in a lot of trouble.
Ooh, everyone's connecting with the Death Prophet, but it doesn't really matter. I think they just lose the second racks, and you see Adrian down in the bottom lane. He's trying to take this tier 2. They want to punish him for trying to split push this one. Sammy's wrapping up behind him as well. He's got to blink up in a couple sets. Oh!
Yeah, you get some sort of piercing from the Gleipnir, right? He still has a Satanic and a BKB. Sammy comes in, gets the fear. Do they have an arrow? They do not. I'm pretty sure Adrian will kill you here. Yeah, he absolutely does. Yep, no way to sunder a BKB target. They're all dead. Adrian lives.
Radiant's bottom is cashed in its
And they go straight for
That's
tier
gotta-
4s.
Yeah, if I would be surprised they don't GG out after that one. That is going to kill morale if it doesn't kill your throne.
You do technically have meta available since you popped the Terror Wave, right? You know, Copium. But without a BKB, there's not much he can do here. Blink forward. Tiny does get the Avalanche on the backside. Dazzle's been caught. The Force Staff will save him. He gets the Shallow Grave off, and Sammy here on the Terrorblade, disarmed for the moment, does dodge out some of these spells with the Manta, but they're just getting crumbled on the backside. Ember will take down the Dazzle. He buys back. Wind Ranger cannot finish off the Tiny, and Sammy, he's alone now. He can't get back into the base. Gets a Sunder off though. Never mind. He might be able to survive. Drakeel falling low does survive for the moment thanks to the Ghost Scepter, but they lose the Ember. He's going to buy back now.
Silence.
They do manage to do it.
To a silence.
Samson doing great on top of the lead up with the silence once again, and the LSA to follow. The numbers just in the favor of Dreamers here. They just had more buybacks, and they close it out 2-0.
Clean game Dreamers yesterday. Felt like they just let the game slip out of their hands today. They play out of their minds here against Wildcard. And again, I'm not sold on Wildcard at times. At times it feels like they're really flaky. Other times they feel like the best team in the world. But Dreamers definitely overperformed in this match. I mean, there was a couple of times they got pretty lucky. Huge damage coming out from Adrian. That double damage rune, I think, really tilted the game in their favors when it was relatively even before that. And then every mistake the Wildcard made after that, they ended up getting punished. Like we saw, the Wind Raider trying to walk up to that lead and towards the end of the game. The Gleipnir is still giving you a little bit of Pierce. Just letting him stand his ground, not wait the couple seconds that Sammy had his Blink Dagger off a cooldown in, and they end up both dying. So congratulations to Dreamers for a clean 2-0 over Wildcard to start the day.
That's a good way to start the day, honestly. And it's definitely unfortunate for Wildcard. Like, I didn't expect this to be that, like, rough of a game, but especially with the start Sammy had, right? Like, Sammy was just towering over all these other heroes in terms of net worth. But Adrian, I mean, honestly, in my opinion, the MVP here is definitely the Puck. Like, J1 going 13-0-16 on this hero. They didn't pick any catch for it in the last phase either, so it's just perfect pick coming out from Dreamers, and J Mari showing twice now that if you give him a free puck game, he's going to punish you for it. So, well played.
Yeah, well played. So congratulations, Dreamers. But that is only the first of 3 series today, Ricky.
Yep, we got No Runes versus Ravens coming up next. So actually the rest of the day is all South America, and they're all pretty good games. So I'm excited. We got No Runes versus Ravens, and then following up will be the reschedule of our first series, which is Alliance Latam taking on Infinity. So stay tuned for that, everyone. We'll be back here in just a little bit with our second series of the evening. We'll see you soon.